My favorite class at Loomis is CL Environmental Science. It's a very hands-on class, and I just love the people that are there because we're all trying to just learn the same stuff.
Sophomore year, my advanced biology class with Mr. Chaudhry. It was a really fun class, and basically at one point during our environmental unit, we went behind the solar panels that Loomis owns, and we weeded some of the plants back there, and we planted our own. And I think it's a pretty good example of hands-on learning and out of classroom learning.
Advanced chemistry class, because I think it's so fascinating getting to learn about the world around us at the atomic and molecular level. And the labs that we get to do in class are so interesting, because it's one thing to learn about it, and it's another thing to actually see it happen in front of you.
Ethics. My ethics class was so much fun this year. You don't really anticipate hearing everyone's different opinions, but then once you get into it, you kind of change your mind about how you feel.
My linear algebra class, because it teaches stuff like formal proofs that you don't really get to engage with in a normal high school setting. And also it's really just a class with all my friends. And yes, it's really fun.
I would say my history class. We have a lot of really in-depth discussions and a lot of arguments, and it's just really interesting. You have so many people from around the world, and you get to talk with them about history, learn a lot.
My European history class, because we've learned a lot about just art and different artists, and then I've learned a lot of things I wouldn't expect to have learned.
My contemporary economics class with Mr. McCandless. I've had a lot of fun in the stock game, and we did a budgeting project where you kind of get to daydream your life and see how much everything will cost, and it really gives you a real-world glance at the future.
Environmental science, my current teacher for that is Mr. Heckman. He always has a daily check-in question, and yeah, don't underestimate how much that really brightens my day. And yeah, and also the class material is very engaging. Mr. Heckman's a very engaging teacher, and I'd say the topic of environmental science is really relevant for my hometown of Hanoi.
World history, because we've had a chance to focus on so many different parts of the world already, starting with just Loomis campus and taking the history of that, which was really interesting. And right now we're focusing on Africa and cultures that aren't as usually represented.